Hi guys, I just wanted to introduce your reading lessons for this week. The text I've got came from our classics book, so it's taken from a classic text, and the extract is actually from a book called Tom's Midnight Garden, which some of you might have heard of before, and it was written in about the 1950s. I'm just going to share with you now a copy of the text, and I'll read through it so that you know what you'll be working on this week. Tom's Midnight Garden by Philippa Pearce. Slow silence, and then the grandfather clock struck for 12. By midnight, his aunt and uncle were always in bed, and asleep too, usually. Only Tom lay still open-eyed and sullen, imprisoned in wakefulness. And at last, 1. The clock struck the present hour, but, as if to show its independence of mind, went on striking. 2. For once, Tom was not amused by it striking the wrong hour. 3, 4. It's 1 o'clock, Tom whispered angrily over the edge of his bedclothes. Why don't you strike 1 o'clock then, as the clocks would do at home? Instead, 5, 6. Even in his irritation, Tom could not stop counting. It had become a habit with him at night. 7, 8. After all, the clock was the only thing that would speak to him at all in these dark hours of darkness. 9, 10. You are going it, thought Tom, but yawning in the midst of his unwilling admiration. Yes, and it hadn't finished yet. 11, 12. Fancy striking midnight twice in one night, jeered Tom sleepily. 13, proclaimed the clock, and then stopped striking. 13. Tom's mind gave a jerk. Had it really struck 13? Even mad old clocks never struck that. He must have imagined it. But it just can't be true, said Tom aloud. The house, which appeared to have been following the argument, sighed impatiently. At least, I think it isn't true. And anyway, it's muddling. Meanwhile, you're missing your chance, whispered the house. I can't honourably take it, said Tom, because I don't believe the grandfather clock was telling the truth when it struck 13. Oh, said the house coldly. So it's a liar, is it? Tom sat up in bed, a little angry in his turn. Now, he said, I'm going to prove this, one way or the other. I'm going to see what the clock's fingers say. I'm going down the hall. Okay, so that is your extract for this week, and your work on it is all based around that. There are some vocabulary questions as well as inference and retrieval, and you've got a reading for pleasure lesson at the end of the week. I hope you enjoy it, guys, and get in touch if you have any questions. Bye.